As a registered student on Kristianstad University, you get access to student email. You can read this online on the address www.fc.hkr.se/login. First class will inherit the language set in your browser. So in order to get English in first class, I need to change the settings in my browser. This is Firefox, so I click Tools, Options, and then I find the Content tab, and on the language line I click Choose, and I move English up. I click English and then I move it up, and I click OK. I can also add extra languages, but first class doesn't support every language, so you might want to try English first. OK, and then I click OK, and now I reload the page, and I have English buttons in my browser. If you want to do this in Internet Explorer, please hang on to the end of this movie, and I will show you. But now I want to check some email. So I log in by entering user ID and password sent to me by the school. And then I click Login. Even though I now have set first class to be in English, the user-generated content will still be in Swedish. But it's easy to find the mailbox. It's up in the corner and it's called in Swedish brevlåda. And by this red flag I can see that I've got a mail. So to check my mail, I will double-click my mailbox. And then the mailbox will open, and on top I will see the new mail with a red flag implicating that this one hasn't been read yet. And then I double-click to read the mail, and if I want to reply, I just click Reply. When I reply to a message, the subject and the recipient will already be added, so all I have to do is to click down here and write my message. And after writing my letter, I click the Send button up in the right corner. That was easy, wasn't it? But if I want to send a new message, not reply to a message, then I have to go out here on the side and I click the little arrow on Create, and I choose Create New Message. And now I have to add a subject. To address someone, I just have to enter the email address. But then it's important that I click Add, and the email address should move up from this box and up on top of it. And that means that first class gets that I'm trying to send an email. If I want to address someone who's an employee or a student of University of Kristianstad, I just have to enter a part of the name. And then I click Add, and I will get a list of people at Kristianstad University who has those letters in their name. I mark the one I want to write to, and then I click Select. And I check that the name goes on top of the little box. To add an attachment, I click this button. It says bläddra in Swedish, but the correct English word would be browse. And when I find the file I want to attach, I double-click it. And then I click this button, Attach. And the same thing will happen. The file will jump up on top of this box. And then all I have to do is to click in the message part and write my message. And I check really carefully that the recipient is over the little box and that the file is over the box, like this. And then I click Send. And this will bring me back to my mailbox. In my mailbox I can see that I have white flags on some mails. This means that the mail has not been sent, so if I intended to send this mail, then I should check it to see what the problem is. But I am happy now. I have checked my mail and I have sent 2 mails, one by replying and one by creating a new message. So I log out from my mail. If you prefer Windows Internet Explorer, this is how to set the language there. You click Tools and Internet Options, and then on the first tab you will find Language on the bottom. And then you might have to click Add to find your language. Mark the language you want and click OK, and then mark it again and click Move Up, and then OK, OK, and reload the page. And your buttons will be in English.